Okay, in this video we're going to take a quick look at a responsive CSS layout. And what responsive means is that based on the size of the screen, various content changes and layout changes occur on the page. So for instance, if you had a desktop, that a web browser that was open in a desktop, it would be wider, and then as you decreased the size of it, or if you looked at the same page on a tablet, for instance, or on a smartphone, the elements on the page can be programmed to basically shift in order to get a more pleasing look. So one of the important responsive sorts of CSS selectors that you can use is called @media. @media is a dynamic sort of selector that allows you to program what happens on the screen based on the size of the screen. So if we look here on the left side of the page, we see up here this is the style. So we see the CSS within these two, the open and the close style brackets. And inside we see that the body has been set to background color yellow. And of course over here on the right, this is the output, and you guys can see that. So you see that the text here is inside of a yellow background. This is the @media selector. And so in this case, the @media only screen and max width 600 px, basically this triggers when the body of the screen, the size of the screen, hits 600 pixels or less. So as soon as we scrunch that window up so that it is less than 600 pixels, then what's going to happen is it's going to trigger the CSS selectors. In this case, it's a body selector that's got the background color set to light blue. So this page, when we scrunch this page, the yellow page here, below 600 pixels in width, it will turn to yellow. Now, the whole purpose of this web page is to take a look at this @media. You're going to, in the next couple of assignments, use the @media in Flexbox in order to make responsive web pages. The first thing you'll make is actually a web photo gallery, and the second thing will be a responsive website. And you may choose to use these. You're going to be expected to kind of use these in your designs, so that you make sure that whatever web design or web app that you create will show up appropriately on a tablet, a smartphone, or on a desktop with a browser. So let's watch to see how this works. Over here in the upper right, you can see that our current width is 657 pixels by 489 in terms of height. So if we grab our frame here, and as we lower it, we can see as we get close to 600 it's still yellow, but as soon as we hit 600 pixels it turns to blue. And that's because in CSS we've used this selector to switch the background color to light blue once the screen is sized down, scaled down to a width of 600 pixels or less. So as we keep going, as soon as we go back and hit 601, we're back to yellow. So you'll use this in order to help create some responsive web pages. In the gallery that we're going to do, you're going to utilize this in order to adjust how many columns are in your Flexbox based on what the screen size is.